Good morning. How are you all today? I'm so glad that you're joining in. I'm Susan, founder of the Social Sisterhood. I'm also a strategist for business. I'm also a Rodan and Fields consultant and partner. Hi Carrie, how are you? So glad that you're coming in this morning. Hope that everybody has a cup of coffee. So thanks for joining me for Conversations with and Coffee with Susan. Glad to have you here. It is gorgeous outside. I tell you what, yesterday it was chilly. Today it's not so chilly. I've been up since early this morning, and I had to take my dogs down to have them groomed. It's their spring cut, and I've just anyway. Thanks for joining. I've been up for a long time, and I'm happy to see you all here. So I wanted to talk about this morning something that someone pointed out to me, actually, and it has to do with rituals, both in the morning and in the evening. So do you guys have a ritual that you do before you go to bed, or do you have one when you get up in the morning? Anybody? You can type it in if you'd like. I will tell you that I haven't really... I haven't mastered a ritual, I should say. My husband works he goes to work very early. He gets up at 4 a.m. And so when I used to work at the hospital, I used to get at 4:45. I was always in a mad rush. I would eat on my way to work. And so now I don't get up so early in the morning. Well, I do. I wake up when he wakes up, and I feel guilty because I don't get up, which I shouldn't. How about that one? So a lot of times I just go on and get out of bed. So I'm up by around 5:30 in the morning, and I have time. And so typically what I like to do is kind of sit in the quiet, grip the day, and move into it kind of easily, read a little bit, meditate a little bit. But I'm not always perfect at doing that. But what's happened lately is that I found that I wake up in the morning and I am very anxious for whatever reason it is. And I have several things going on. You know, I have the Social Sisterhood, which I dearly love, and but they're events, and so always in my head it's like, oh, I want to make sure that I have them filled, that I'm working and doing things to serve others and to make sure that it's something that they like, and that the event is a good event, and that if we have a speaker, that it's got people there for the speaker. And so I find myself waking up thinking about that and very anxious a lot of the time. And I'm new with Rodan and Fields and very excited about that. But, you know, I used to sell another product that was a household product, and I could tell people how to use it 10 ways come Sunday. But Rodan and Fields is a skincare product. So people put it on their face and, you know, on their eyes and things. And I wake up thinking, oh my gosh, what if I don't know all the answers? And I'm very anxious. So somebody asked me how I'm looking at Melissa's morning gratitude and evening forgiveness. I love that. It allows more to be grateful throughout the day, and forgiveness is for myself first and for others for what might not have gone well. That is awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that. Because I do tell people to do grateful journals. I've done things to be grateful in the evening time. But what happens is sometimes I get ready to go to bed. So a friend of mine asked me why I was so anxious. I said, I really don't know, and I don't know how to change my mindset. And she said, well, what do you do before you go to bed? Well, I do a grateful, I have a grateful journal that I do write in. So usually it's 3 things that I'm grateful for the day. But what happens is also I have a pad by my bed. And when I should leave my business at work in my office around 4 o'clock, my to-do list, what I find is that when I get ready to go to bed at night, Mark and we go to bed together because it's just, it's easier to go to bed together. We go to bed at 9 o'clock too. So we go to bed, and he'll already be in the bed, and I will be scribbling down things that I don't want to forget to do the next day. And so my friend said, you know, you're not really allowing yourself time in the evening to get those rituals in. So, and to be more thankful, and you're waking up frenzied. Hey, Molly, you're waking up frenzied in the morning. And she said, you need to change your rituals, which made me start to think that perhaps other people do or do not have rituals that they can use. So interesting, she pointed out some things like taking a bath at night, which sometimes your schedule doesn't always allow. Since I have been doing my Rodan and Feel skincare, it's kind of funny because that's a little bit of a ritual because it takes a few minutes for everything to go on and dry and all that kind of jazz, which is perfect. And it makes me feel good at night. But also she mentioned things like a little tea. She does coloring sometimes to kind of calm her down. I'm like Epsom salt baths, spraying lavender, those kinds of things. She has a diffuser that goes at night. But anything that is a ritual that really helps you that every night your body starts knowing that it's time to get into bed. So for me, I have to, either say, Mark, I'll be in there in a few minutes and extend my ritual, or I have to stay up a few minutes later, or I need to, I guess, leave a TV show a little early. I don't really watch that much TV, but I sit with Mark while he does. So the bottom line is establishing a ritual that is something you can stick to, something that is calming so that you go to bed on a calm note, and so I don't wake up feeling so frenzied in the morning. So that is really a cool thing. And so I just wondered, again, gratefulness, forgiveness, I love that. Starting the day with a little bit of meditation with tea or coffee. My ritual lately has been starting the day. Carrie says in the evening, I wash my face, brush teeth, read a little, and it's a great way to wind down, and not awesome. What happens to me is when I sit in the bed to read, I fall asleep. So I have to sit kind of in a chair in our bedroom to read that a little bit. And reading kind things, not super crazy things too. So anyway, creating those rituals, and it looks like that some of you have some. If you don't have a ritual and you're waking up anxious like me, instead of trying to be so hard on yourself, because I wake up literally, my stomach's in a knot, and I don't even know why. Well, I do know why, but I don't. It's kind of like you go, well, I don't know how to change this. So it really hadn't come to light until my friend said, well, perhaps you're going to bed with, who wants to go to bed with a big fat to-do list, and you're anxious about that at night, and then you dream about it all night, and the next morning you hit the ground running to do all those things. So again, giving ourselves a little bit of grace and time, grateful journals, bath, tea, reading a book, coloring a little bit, anything that's 10, 20 minutes, whatever that is at night, to get your body to think that it's time to start going to bed and relaxing and going to sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, again, Miracle Morning, Molly says, how you can become proactive and not reactive. I love that. I love that, because when you start the day totally frazzled or anxious, the rest of the day simply goes downhill. And I think we can all probably agree on that. And so I've read part of that book, and it is a great book. So Miracle Morning, which is that's awesome. And then if you start the day with a cup of coffee or just 5 minutes, 10 minutes to read something, then that is very, very cool. So ending your day on a kind note. And my friend also, which I tell people, this is funny, I tell people to do a lot of things, so it's hard to follow them ourselves. So Carrie says, I also lay out my workout clothes because that's the first thing I do after coffee. Love that. What a great idea. If I had mine laid out with my tennis shoes, I'd probably get out and go for a walk a little more often at 7 o'clock in the morning time, right after I get up and get everybody else. Well, it's not really everybody else's, but the dogs together, But that's a great idea. So, yeah, I love this. Thank you all so much for participating and for adding to this. Remember, what I was going to say is in your office, leave your to-do list as the close of your day. So if you have 10 things to do or 5 things to do, or pick those 3 things to do, write them down, leave them on your desk at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Perfect. And then when you get to the evening, calm yourself down with your ritual, and then start your morning with the ritual, and be kind to you. You are the most important thing there is, the most important person, because without you, then you cannot help anyone else or serve anyone else. So I am so pleased that you all have joined me this morning. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:30. Talk to you then. Bye-bye now.